Note-taking and drawing quick diagrams is a huge part of virtually every waking hour of my day. For me, it's not just for meetings, it's for organizing and solidifying my thoughts, progress, and problems. Honestly, I have books, binders, and whiteboards full of notes and drawings. Most of them I'll probably never go back and review. There's something about thoughts passing from the mind to the paper that clarifies things and keeps me in touch with the moment. It goes beyond just the visual representation. The tactile experience of pen or pencil to paper is such a big part of the process for me, which is why I've struggled for many years to replace pen and paper with a device. Until now. Let's geek out on writing on the iPad Pro with the Apple Pencil. It all started in college. Yeah, we all take notes in college, but for me, some notes went beyond that. In engineering school, the text could be challenging to navigate. Even as passionate as I am about all of the subjects I covered, it was somewhat difficult to stay engaged in absorbing the material. In all the aforementioned relationships, our calculations have depended on knowledge of the composition of the product's reaction. Once this composition is known, calculating the state of the product is a rather simple matter. However, determining the product composition is not. To slog my way through, I adopted the process of writing down a summary of small sections of the assigned chapters. It became my way of knowing that I truly made it through a section. That slowly evolved over the years into writing summaries of what is generally going on around me when I'm working through critical thinking. I think it's less about what I write than the necessity of being in the moment enough to write down where my head's at. So what about all these diagrams I draw? There again, we have to rewind 30 years to one of the engineering courses that was hardest for me. Modern control systems. Until control systems, I'd never finished a course and felt like that I didn't have some level of command over the material. I got out of that class with a C. Most of my classmates that got C's moved on, glad it was behind them. I couldn't shake the fact that this class kicked my ass. I took it over again. The only time I ever repeated a course. It didn't kick my ass the second time because I made a startling discovery. One so simple you'll say, well yeah, dumbass. It was the art of breaking down complex systems into simple block diagrams. In my first go around with this coursework, I got so focused on the math details that I missed representing the system as a simple diagram first. The simple fact allowed me to break the problem down into easier little pieces to apply the math on. Sometimes it takes getting your ass kicked to get something to sink in. Diagramming any problem has become my first reflex. I think the main thing is the feeling that I'm writing on paper that connects me to the history of my note-taking. Because of the similar tactile response, I'm able to make the cognitive connections that I've trained myself to make over the years. The paper-like screen protector was a big part of creating that feeling. It's just the right amount of resistance that makes it feel like pencil on paper. Secondly, I think it's the speed the writing happens. It matches what your eyes see with what your hand feels as you're writing. That little almost imperceptible lag that previous devices had was enough to subconsciously cause me not to enjoy and ultimately reject the experience versus pen on paper. Thirdly, because of the resolution, I can zoom in and write in an area of page where I could not write on a normal paper page. I have note pages that would take several paper pages. It seems super small zoomed out, but I can easily zoom in and read it. It makes for some interesting new ways to organize my notes. I can also make notes on top of PDF pages with more precision than even printing one out and writing on it. I use the 4th generation 12.9-inch iPad Pro with the 2nd generation Apple Pencil. I have a paper-like screen protector on the iPad. There are quite a few note-taking apps out there. For me, it was down to GoodNotes and Notability. I think those two apps are very close in features. There are other videos that go into more detail on comparing the two. I chose GoodNotes because right off the bat, I saw that it had paper templates that had grids for block diagramming and general quick design drawings. The bottom line is the handwriting capabilities of the iPad Pro are my favorite features. Ultimately, it means that I use the iPad Pro daily in my work and hobbies. I've virtually eliminated paper notes. Well, that's a wrap. Drop your questions and comments below. If you like this video and you'd like to see more content like this, hit the like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell to be updated when I drop new content. Also check out geekshorts.com for follow-up information on this subject and more.